Hey traders, welcome back to another daily profit and loss recap video. Today is Monday, September 18th. I just finished trading for the morning and I locked in $660 in profits with two stocks that I traded. One of them was a long trade and the other was short selling. So stay tuned throughout this video. We're going to break down these trades, talk about my thought process behind them, and I'm going to give you some tips to manage your risk when it comes to dealing with highly volatile stocks like we saw today with AVGR. So all of that being said, let's get started and talk about these trades that I had in AVGR. And in order to do that, I want to start over in the Market Master group. AVGR was one of the biggest gap ups this morning in the pre-market session. On top of that, I want you to note that this is a very low float stock. There are only 643,000 shares in this float. Now, I'm not going to get all the way into the specifics of what it means to be a low float stock, but essentially this kind of has to do with the supply and the demand. If there's a stock that only has a float of 643,000 shares, and that stock is trading that many shares or it's trading multiples of that amount, that is going to increase the overall volatility for that stock. Okay, so that's why AVGR was on my radar in the first place. I was looking at this as a potential gap and go. I knew that it was going to be a very volatile stock because of how low the float was, and we had an opening range breakout level for AVGR of $7.17. That was found by taking the high of the first 3 minutes of price action. And if we go over here and zoom into the open today, we can see 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. So the high up here is going to be $7.17. And again, that is going to be our opening range breakout level. Okay, so my first trade in this stock was actually a losing trade, and that's because I was looking to buy into that opening range breakout for a quick spike up towards $8 per share. As we can see, it does move a little bit in my favor. I got in the 730s. However, this ended up being a false breakout and it kind of rejected straight back down. So once it started to break down underneath the VWAP, I cut losses on that trade and I waited for a better setup. Fortunately, AVGR was able to kind of consolidate there around the VWAP. It was starting to form a little bit of a wedge pattern or a pennant, depending on how you look at it. And we can see that by kind of just connecting these lows here. And the price action was starting to get more and more narrow. So I knew that this had an opportunity to potentially break out and squeeze out of this pattern, which is why I decided to take another position as it was trading around the VWAP here in the 680s. So on this trade, it worked out in my favor. Per usual, I was not quite as patient as I would have liked to be in order to lock in my profits, but I did take a nice profit on this trade as it pushed up here to new highs. I didn't want to get caught in another one of these false breakouts, so I sold my shares and locked in profits. Ended up with a total of $120 in profits from those two trades, which is not necessarily anything to brag about, but I do like the fact that I was able to come out with an overall profitable day with this stock alone, even though I had one trade that was a losing trade and one trade that was a winning trade. Okay, and that kind of brings us to the topic of risk management and keeping your losses small. And we had a question today in chat. If we take a quick look, this question was from Anshul. He mentioned that the opening range breakout level was $7.17. So what is your stop level supposed to be? Because the opening range low was $6.01. And of course, that is a very wide range. So the fact of the matter is that when you're dealing with a stock like AVGR that is a very low float and is very, very volatile, you need to make sure that you're giving your stop loss a decent amount of room in order to prevent yourself from getting stopped out too frequently, which is probably going to happen if you're only risking 10, 20, even 30 cents per share on this type of trade. So my advice for these types of trades is to cut down your position sizes. If you're usually investing, let's say $5,000 into a stock, with a stock like AVGR, maybe just invest $3,000 or half of it at $2,500, and then set your stop losses to a wider amount or set them further away from your entry. That way, because you have less money invested, even though your stop loss is set further away, you're not going to be risking any more money on that trade than you would with any other given trade. All right, so with all of that being said, I just want to give a few quick shout outs to NYC and to Kane for locking in some nice profits. NYC had $202 in profits, and Kane was able to meet his daily goal with AVGR alone. So shout out to you guys. It's great to see the team profiting on these trades as well. And to move on to the other trade for me today, this was straight out of the Market Master Group's trade plans. These were posted over the weekend in order to help our team take on the market today. And FFIE was a big mover on Friday, so this was in the trade plans today for a short opportunity. And that was just because it did end up closing underneath a key level. To me, the 520 to 530 area was a significant level from Friday, so I would have liked to see this close above that level on Friday if it was going to set up for a continuation today on Monday. However, because it did not, I was short biased on this one today, and the trade plans were to look for an opening spike to short sell into, using the 560 area to risk off of, and aiming to cover and lock in some profits under 5. Okay, so if we take a look at the chart for FFIE, we can see it has this sell-off at the market open. We finally get this nice spike to the upside. It rejects perfectly from that 520 area, and it starts to fade back off. So because again, the 520 to 530 area was significant on Friday, that was kind of the area that I was going to be looking to short sell into. So once we got this nice rejection candle and we get this high volume sell-off candle to follow, that's where I decided to start short selling this stock. I took 3,000 shares short at an average of right around $5.09. And I just locked in profits on this short position about 10 minutes ago as it had this high volume sell-off down here into those morning lows. So on that trade alone, I ended up locking in $540 in profits, which brought my overall profits for the day up to $660. All right, so solid trading overall today. We had some decent opportunities from the market finally. Hopefully you found some value from me recapping these trades in this video. And if you did, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you want to hear about these stocks that I'm trading in real time, as well as work with our team of traders, get access to our day trade and our swing trade alerts, our detailed trade plans, our live custom scanner streams, and so on and so forth, all of that can be found in the Market Master group. There's going to be a link down below in the description for you to get signed up. But anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.